we are in chapter 3. No, no more. Now it has lights. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome back to Silver Creek Falls. The controls are the same as before. I'd like to kindly remind you that there are puzzles that combine logic, memory, and knowledge. Frequent saves and the use of a pen and paper to take notes about details is recommended. 2 weeks before the incidents at Silver Creek Falls, Munich, Bavaria, Germany.
No!
Let's turn down this a little bit. Logic, sure, Jan. Objective, find the police station and speak to Polizeioberricht Holizel. 9? Hallo, ik wil dran mich zu sprechen. Ah, Inspector Walsingham, am I correct? Ah, you speak English, wonderful. Sorry, was my awful German so obvious? A little. But it's fine, German is a very hard language, so we appreciate it when people try to speak it. Police Barra Hosel told me he was meeting you this morning. I think we should be ready to see you now. Wonderful. Danke schön. Oh god, Cinder, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Cinder. Not costume hat. Hans, how are you, old friend? The gold saw suits you. Mark, willkommen! Have you had breakfast yet? I'm making him Russian, I don't give a fuck. The German sounds like this. I don't know. I will make him sound like this. I'm very bad with the German. Yeah. Yes, I had a strudel with some hot chocolate earlier. So is your team ready? Have they gone through the drills I instructed? Yes, we've run them quite a few times. I must say, Mark, it sure feels great being back in action. It will be good to work side by side again. About that, I'll be here to help drill and brief your team, but unfortunately, I have to fly to the US next week to finalize some business. Cabaret? I don't know what the guy is from Cabaret. Oh god, I'm sorry, Wheelman! So is that it? Yep, the big fish. I leave this in your care. Don't worry, I won't fail you, old friend. Right? Fuck! You know what? No. We're gonna... I just need to hear it.
Hello, I'm Gareth Jameson. I'm an actor and a voice coach from www.londonvoicelessons.com. Here are some tips for working on your voice. Now, you might want to do this because you're in a play, or maybe you want to impress your friends, or if you're learning German, practicing a German accent while you're speaking English might help you with your accent while you're speaking German. Whatever the reason, playing with accents is a great way to exercise your voice and speech. Now, the key to any accent is to isolate the sounds that are specific to that accent. So let's start with the German W and V sound. There's no difference between them. They both sound like a V. V. So let's listen to this. Vi is the voice like vine. With an English accent, that's wine.
Ah, Vi is the voice like vine. There we are. We have the German accent.
Voice like vine. Vi is the voice like vine. Notice also that on the word the in the voice, the TH sound has changed to a Z. In fact, it's very common for German speakers to change the TH sound to a Z or an S. This is because there is no TH sound in so much for this. That's thank you instead of thank you.
Thank
and
you.
This instead. A little bit more into the big beds. And now in German, I need these big beds. That's beds.
Let's listen to somebody else.
You don't say horribly or horrible or something like that. You're like horrible. Bull. As if the E doesn't actually exist. The E is just German, that stuff never actually happens. We also have words ending with E, like for example, Hase, which means rabbit by the way.
Okay, this is a German one.
Straße or Lage. But we would never think of swallowing the E. We Germans don't like to swallow.
Ha, you Germans don't like to swallow. Ha.
Because of that, it could happen that we would pronounce a word like horrible as horrible. Like
Not bad.
switching L and E around because we're like,
I
nah,
won't
that
fail
doesn't
your
make
offense.
sense with the E in the end that you don't pronounce. That has to be a mistake.
You know, I can't do German. Okay, I'm sorry. It's one of those accents I just cannot do. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We just wasted 5 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry! I know you won't, Hans. Yay, we're not in Germany anymore. Bertie County, North Carolina. You can park your car overnight here, son. I know the owner of this here convenience store. Okay then, can we go to a hotel? I know this fantastic hotel not too far from here. But they have ears everywhere. We'll talk up in my cabin. Let's go. Marion. In future Germany. Can we at least talk about what just happened? You rushed us straight to the car and have us drive all the way over here. Drive here way over the speed limit. 99999! Savasiki Vastash! 9! There, yeah, that's about as good as I can do. This is the producer. Theoretically, we should have stayed with the bodies and called in reinforcements. There was no time. Besides, more men were coming and I would have had to fight them all off. Let's go to my cabin. We'll talk more there. It's just beyond this path you see here. I've got you in my sights. My cabin is just here up here to the left. We need some firewood and some food for the night. You guys tired? A bit, but it's okay. What do you need? Take a little path to the right and keep following it. Just to see a little orchard I've set up. Please pick some fruit and some firewood. No problem. I'm just following the precedent that was set already. Oh, I closed the volume thing. Hold on a second. These sprite edits are great. They're great. They're great. They're great. So we're going to talk about what just happened. I was still in a bit of shock, to be honest. Thank God that Lee Davis was there to save us. But how did he know we'd be there? Let's not forget that he did leave clues behind for other cops to find out what he knew. It's not impossible to assume that he'd be tracking us, too. Do you think we can trust him? Yeah, he could have killed us right after killing those guys in hazmat suits, but he didn't. Clearly he wants to work with us to solve the case. I guess. We really should have stayed at the crime scene and waited for reinforcements. Should I call the Bertie County Police? Please don't. It's time you're here with the FBI instead of by invitation from local police, so we should keep it in FBI hands. I'll give my unit chief a call when we get to the orchard. Sounds good. Kia, no! Oh my god. I don't think they can do a lot of things. Hey, video, how you doing? I'm gonna call my unit chief now. Have a rest for a while if you like. I'll pick some fruit with you when I'm done talking. It's okay, I'm not too tired anyway, so I'll pick some now. I'll be back when I've picked enough. Cool, thanks a lot. It's only in the green trees, okay? In case they're assigned. That's enough. It's never enough. We have to get them all because there's achievements, and I think this is an achievement, and I don't want to do this all over again. So, what did your unit chief say? Told me to stick with Lee Davis for now, as he is a person of interest. They're sending a team over to that secret lab to investigate. That looked really bad. Just like the rooms in the sorority. You really think it was human experimentation? Sir's trusty. We'll know after the FBI team gets there. I already sent my chief the photos from inside, so he has an idea of what type of crew to send. Besides, I have a feeling this case isn't so simple. We should talk to Lee and see what he knows. He's been following this case from the shadows for a while. Surely he knows something we don't. Well, yeah, that's what we're gonna go find out. here. Well, there are joint task force sort of things where you have people from different jurisdictions and different bureaucracies working together. Like, there are joint task force between the FBI and local law enforcement that happens. But she's not an FBI agent. Like, they've at least done that part right. They refer to her as detectives still, so. Looks like apples and firewood. Wait, where's the firewood? What? Where do I get the fucking firewood from? Oh my god. That's probably down south. How much you want that? It's a different area. No, that's where we came from, no. That's a good question. I honestly don't know. I don't think so, but, you know. Maybe one of those... Okay, so there's firewood. Okay, so we gotta get it from all the big trees. All the dead trees. Okay, awesome. Yeah, we have enough when I say we have enough. FBI. Google will say. Yeah, somebody look it up, because I'm actually very curious myself. No, Zemcy, they're not. This is a game from like 5 years ago. They don't even know I'm playing it. The wheel decided. And he says, I don't think we actually want to talk to the dev. Just call it a hunch. Just making sure we got all the shit. Okay, so they can be detectives and state troopers. So, okay, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. Yeah, it depends on the state. So, somebody look up if North Carolina has detectives for state troopers. Ask her yourself. Welcome to my cabin. Did you get the fruit and firewood? Yes, here it is. Thanks. So can we talk about what just happened? Everyone in Silver Creek Falls thinks you're either dead or you abandoned them. I fear this, but they don't understand. Understand what? I had no choice. Here, make yourselves comfortable. It's a long story. Go on. After I finished at the scene of the car crash, I decided to look over the bloodbath at the sorority house again. It was, after all, the scene that contained the most evidence. Something about it bothered, and I knew something about it was so off. It was a house full of blood. Nothing about it was right. Apple picking what? Oh god. I mean, the fact that there were no signs of forced entry. That someone achieved so much carnage with no resistance in entering the house. It's bizarre. It's true. Normally you'd think after the first murder, at least one of the other girls would have heard something and locked themselves in their other room or tried to escape or fight the perpetrator. Exactly. Furthermore, it was their neighbors that reported they had heard singing and chanting. So they were all in the same room. Isn't it strange they didn't hear screams if they'd been assaulted? Yes. So I went there to investigate again. As I walked through the bedrooms, I heard a faint scratching in the room to most to the right. I walked to the room and entered in the room and caught a brief look at. What was it? It's mighty hard to describe. It was the size of a full-grown man, but had a smooth coat like a beaver or an otter. But the hair was whitish gray. Oh my god, it is a Wendigo. What? I only caught a brief look at it as it lunged at me and attacked me. It locked me down to the floor and began to try to pin me down. I'm getting skinny. No, okay. Unfortunately, I was able to push it off and then punch it in the chest. I stood up and lunged at me again, but I was able to land a hook into its face, and I knocked it back 2 or 3 feet, and then scurried into one of the giant holes in the ground. My god. So those do lead somewhere. So what did you do after? I realized that whatever I had just fought was not normal. I'd already felt a presence tailing me for a while, so then I knew I truly was not safe. Aware, Beaver. I then packed up my stuff, left the note and cassettes for someone to find, and redeployed to my secret cabin. You abandoned your town, you coward. Why did you do it? Sarah, calm down and let the man speak. Let's not forget he just saved our lives. A military strategy. Sorry, voice cracked. Feeding some trees. When you do not know your enemy, it is best to redeploy to buy some time so you can analyze the situation. I knew that if I typed my report telling it as it happened and then requested reinforcements, no one in Raleigh would have believed me. So I did what I had to do. I disappeared. Yeah, they can do trees. Why didn't you tell Deputy Hill? Simple. I expected the boy to inform his superiors in Raleigh that I had gone missing so he would assign a new sheriff. Of course, he just faked your signature and got Inspector Moore and I on the case instead. And later the FBI too. It went even better than I expected, theoretically. What do you mean by theoretically? My strategy was to investigate from the shadows. It's a lot easier to keep your eyes on things like this when you don't have to appear in the public eye. Furthermore, I expected the pressure from the FBI to show cracks in the case and finally reveal who was behind all of this. That came out of nowhere. Oh, you're talking about North Carolina. But then the FBI pulled out of the case and left only Agent West and myself. Someone with power pulled people away from this investigation. That's so suspicious. So how was it you were in the exact right place to save Agent Valdez and myself? I'd actually been tailing you two after Agent West was murdered, which is why I also left you those convenient clues so you could follow and just find out what I knew, and perhaps use your status, Agent Valdez, as an FBI agent to then be able to go deeper into the case. I see. So when we discovered the secret lab, why didn't you reveal yourself to us so we could go inside as well? Just as you two reached the park and entered the lab, I saw a group of armed men approaching. I knew they meant to eliminate you two, so I killed them and hid their bodies. After that, I stood guard close to the secret lab in case they sent more. Which they did at the end. Thanks for that. I'm just doing my duty, son. So what did you see inside? Here, let me show you the photos I took. Yeah, it's the game. Is it okay if I go and lie down for a while? We were up all night in that secret lab. Certainly. Go ahead and use my bedroom. I just put in fresh sheets. We got no choice. What? Oh no, dream sequence. And a huge-ass map. Welcome, traveler. Where am I? This place is known as Aspera, the home of Espers. Okay, Final Fantasy VI. Aspera? You are a seeker of truth, no? Go forth and hear the chants of the Espers. Everyone has already died because of me. It's all my fault. I can never let this go. They will never forgive me. Esper Gem Club. What the hell is this game now? I was the first of my family to go to college. They were all so proud of me when I got accepted. Now what? Now you dead. Magicite, cool. Becca, where are you? What happened to us? Gem collected. Colonel, can you hear me? Did I do my duty? I hope so. Worked so hard. Took 2 jobs to pay the bills. I could have been a doctor. I should have been a doctor. Place the answers. They're so sad. Who are you? Who I am is not important. Have I died? Are you an angel? Angel? It's funny. I haven't heard that term for so long. Some would call me an angel. Others would call me a demon. I also go by the title of the Interloper, the Guardian of Espers, or Patron of Truth. Call me Alpheus for now. I know you humans enjoy calling each other by first names. Alpheus. Humans? Say, man with kissable lips. Yeah. Brother, I'm so sorry. I should have listened. Now my blood mixes with the hot sand. Sua sponte. I didn't ask for this. I thought rural policemen didn't die. The job was supposed to be easy. I was such a fool. Oh no. The deputy. I have to protect my country. So I followed all the rules. They say the greatest honor for those like me is to die in the line of duty. Was it all worth it? I think that was West. Blair will be fine now that I'm gone. I hope they don't come for her. I miss her so much. I wish I could see her beautiful smile one last time. The Esperants, are they the souls of those killed? Souls. Yes, I believe that is what you humans call it. The Essers represent the voices of those who left too early. Those whose times were cut short by injustice. Their voices muted. The Essers represent their dreams, desires, and regrets. Their love. Their soul. I tend to them here in my garden, but it must be a seeker like you who must find their truth so they can reach fruition and be at peace. You have spent enough time here, Seeker. It's time for you to return. Farewell, Seeker. Wait, I have so many questions. I know you do. That is why I made you their Seeker. Wait, what? The sun is rising. I must go, Seeker. What, will I ever see you again? Yes, in time. Farewell. The next day. Boy, that was a really weird dream. I need to go find Lee and Valdez. How would you bet they're dead? They're not. Good morning, Sarah. Did you sleep well? Or fucking like a baby, thanks, Valdez. Thanks, Valdez. Actually, I had kind of a weird dream, but I'm sure babies get weird dreams too. By the way, I never got your first name. Rodrigo, named after my grandfather. In high school and college, everyone called me Rod, though. Hey, Rod, why don't you show me your... Rod. Cool. So any news from your unit, Chief? We're going to do a major investigation into Bolt Pharmaceutical and try to scrape up enough evidence for a case. Enough evidence? Didn't they look inside the lab? When the crew got there, the computers have been wiped blank and the room's cleaned up. Damn it, I knew we should have stayed. How about the bodies? Also gone. The security must have detected the intrusion and must also have gone suspicious after those hazmat guys didn't come back. I cleaned up really quickly. This stinks. We should have stayed. Why is my... No, I think Lee made the right call yesterday. We might have been sent to a larger... They might have sent a larger force and we would have been outmanned and outgunned. I don't know about you, but I'm more of an investigation specialist. Not much of a fighter. I can shoot, but I'm not a seasoned veteran like Lee is. I fired my weapon a few times when I was a Massachusetts state trooper, but you're right. We were in a bad position to fight. On that subject, where is Lee? My unit chief wanted me to bring in Lee so he could answer a few questions. I told Lee, and he said he'd much rather not, as he's been enjoying his newfound anonymity. So as a strong old soldier like Lee, are you kidding me? How can I bring him in? I'm gonna tell my unit chief that he slipped away in the night. Fair enough. What really happened? The man saved my life. I respect him way too much to ask him to come in. This morning he and I had breakfast and he left soon after. I agreed to cover up him. We shook hands and he went on his way. No one knows what adventures lie next for him. What about us? Are we going back to the lab to investigate more? Unfortunately, I've been taken off the case. I've been moved to another one. They want me to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma and look into this old Clyde character. They want me to see if he has any relation to the case in Walleye Head. Look at the time! What about me? I'm sorry, Sarah, but since I'm off the case, that means you're off the case too. I'm flying to Oklahoma tonight. We can go over to the airport together, and I've been instructed to buy your ticket back to Virginia for you. This really stinks. I can't believe you're just fine to be taken off the case. Happens more often than you think. You have to remember that it was Agent West who was the senior agent, not me. They want to put someone more experienced on it now. I'm sorry, Sarah. I guess I have no choice. So we go to the car? Yeah, the security detail is going to meet us at the convenience store. They should be there by now. Yeah, but she has no car. Well, there's the security detail. Thanks for walking me to my car. What? I was aboard yesterday. I know you still want to stay on this case and finish it. I know flying you to Virginia isn't going to stop you working on this case. They gave me this note to give to you. It's for your eyes only. Open it later. It'll tell you where you can find it. There's still work to be done. Valdez, I don't know what to say. See you around, Sarah. Any national barbecue or pizza-related competition, and you know I'm there. Goodbye, Special Agent Valdez. Take care, Detective Fitzgerald. Oh, the glasses. Kiss him. Kiss those kissable lips. Damn it. We never got those lips. I better find Lee. Let me check that note he left with Valdez. Due east of the convenience store, there is a small village by the lake. There's a lot more to do. Find me there. Oh, so it's very not cryptic. Okay. He deserves no kisses. For recent boat rentals, Bud's bait and tackle, Chasers hunting and fishing gear. Oh God, Kia, no! Schwartz Fisheries Warehouse number 36. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Detective Fitzgerald, I see you received my note. Special Agent Valdez gave it to me. He told me about you in the FBI. It's a shame he's moved to another case. Valdez is a good man. I don't blame him for taking the easy way out. But what's that supposed to mean? Don't you understand what's happening? A very powerful person was about to be exposed by this investigation and decided to pull strings to have him reassigned. Bolt? Perhaps. Or maybe somebody even more powerful. Oh my God. Is Valdez in danger? We should warn him. You saw what happened to Agent West, right? He'll be fine. Valdez is a smart man. He knows how the game goes. The game? Valdez is a good agent, but more importantly, he's a good tin soldier. He takes orders from above without question. Look at his transfer to this other case as an example. He didn't fight his unit chief on it at all. He was happy for the case to be handed to someone else. He knows as long as he does that, he'll never be in any real danger. Besides, he has a wide network of contacts on his own. He knows if he's wanted and what to do no longer to be wanted. If he's wanted and what to do no longer to be wanted. For example, look at that silly little mission they sent him on. They sent him to Tulsa to follow a lead on two missing village fish packets from North Carolina. An FBI agent on a missing persons case. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they'll fly him all the way to Oklahoma, put him in a hotel for 3 days, and even cover his food. All for a case that will not be solved thanks to this trip here. If that ain't a misuse of bureau money, then I don't know what is. So Valdez will be fine? I'll put it this way. The copious amount of the barbecue and pizza that boy consumes is a greater risk to his life than any of these scenarios you are imagining. I can believe that. So what's our next step concerning the case? As you heard, the computers at the secret lab were wiped clean before the new FBI team got there, so we don't have enough evidence to make a compelling case anymore. What about the photos Valdez and I took? You mean the photos you two took illegally, after illegally breaking into a private facility? Yeah, Bolt's lawyers will shred that up in 2 seconds. We need those files to make a convincing case so we can finally see justice for all those victims. Any ideas? As a matter of fact, yes I do. I have an informant who will be doing some undercover recon. She has yielded some highly useful information. As a matter of fact, you have met her before. Really? Who is it? Sky Davidson. She came to me thirsty for justice after what had been done to her friend, Rebecca Olson. She told me we were to meet her at a secret hideout today, and she has some very important information for us. Where is the secret hideout? It's an old abandoned house northwest of this lake. Let's go. We have to meet her before noon. Northwest of the lake. All right. That truck. Oh my God. Hey, at the end of this path. It's a nice old house from the 50s. This guy found it a couple of weeks ago and has been using it and we use it to discuss the case. That truck is something else. Like a rock. Wait, look at all the broken glass of blood. Does this house always look like this? Not at all. Damn it, Sky. Where are you, Sky? We need to go in. Find Sky Davidson. Take a blood sample. Take a blood sample. Take a blood sample. Nah, Sky's dead. Is the furniture normally thrown around like this? No, not at all. Sky and I fixed this place up so she could stay here a while. Clearly something happened. We need to find Sky. I hear some noises. I'm gonna go see if there's someone out back. Can you check if there's anyone in the living room in the front? Is it a bad idea to split up? Walk quietly and check your corners. If you see anyone, do not engage. I repeat, do not engage. Just find me and I'll handle it. Oh, okay. I like to minimize the use of my firearm anyway. Especially since I'm strictly speaking not on the job. Yes, walk very slowly to go investigate where your friend Sky's body is. Oh, dear blood. There's so much blood. Oh, shit. Damn it, there's so many of them. I'll turn around and find Lee and see what he thinks we should do. What the? Are you kidding me? What kind of old man fantasy is this? Lee, how did you... There were so many of them! I'm an army ranger with over 30 years of experience. They were just punks trying to be tough with their guns. It's so loud again. They're all dead. I take you had no choice? But we need to find Sky. I think you rangers are something else. It's time to admire the corpse, Sarah. Oh no! Sky, no. Lee, I'm so sorry. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He leadeth me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Comfort to get to that room before. Yeah, through that hole. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. That's beautiful. Is it from the Bible? Yes, it is. How many must die? How many? To keep this corporation's evil secrets? All those students, Deputy Heel, Agent West, and now Sky. I swear that I shall avenge all these awful deaths. I swear it. Her body's full of gunshot wounds and bullets. We should bring her to... We haven't the time. We haven't the time, damn it. He just killed 6 people. Yeah. Lee. I'm so sorry, Sky. I should never let you get involved. Why did you? She kept coming to me with more and more information. She would investigate and infiltrate. Thanks to her, I was able to find out so much about Professor Conway and Bolt Pharmaceutical. She was adamant and zealous. She would stop at nothing to see justice be done for her fallen friends. I kept telling her not to go any deeper, but I couldn't stop her. She even tracked me down and found my secret cabin. 3. Kia! I really judged her wrong. Sky, you really put up one hell of a fight. I'm proud of you. Don't worry, Sky. I'll be back and give you a proper burial. Like a small furry animal. Like a beaver. What if he's the beaver man? What about her family? She had none. She was an orphan. Her friends in college were all she had. You must have been like a father figure to her. I guess. Well, look, she has a key on her. It must lead to something. Let's go downstairs and find out what. So much sprint brass. Sky. It's riddled her with bullet holes. Wow. It's always 3 p.m. He was always the werebeaver this whole time. Dearly, looks like they've been tailing me. They found my hiding spot and surrounded the house. I've been able to fight them off with the revolver and shotgun you gave me, but I think they've worked out that I'm alone. I can hear them planning to rush me. I won't go down easy and plan to take a few of them down with me. Sorry I couldn't be there at the end. I've been tailing Bolt Pharmaceuticals' head of security. It seems they change the password to the mainframe every day. Every morning a riddle is delivered to a secret mailbox in his house. If you can find the answer, it unlocks a 4-digit PIN that gives you access to all the company's files. Use this information well. It seems as though it's cost me my life. See that justice is done for me and all my friends that have fallen. Sky Davidson. She had a time to really write out a good letter. Wow. Good for her. Back to the truck. Okay. Secret mailbox. I'm guessing the head is scared as the only key to it. I might find another way to open it. That truck is amazing, okay? Yes, it really is. This can of the flower pot. Yes, it's not much about security. I mean, keys on the flower pot. What an amateur move. He's so amateur. Like he's got no idea what he's doing. Okay, let's go get that riddle and see what we got. Right, made incognito. Okay, maybe that's not it. What's in here? The truck's amazing. With nice penmanship, yep. Useful. That's this fence first. What is this? Perhaps bolt cutters. They're broken though. The screw in the middle is missing. Still be useful. Let's try to fix them. Screw this will be useful. Empty. 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 Very small light bulb. Light bulb for the stuff. Okay. Cutters, screw phone worked out nicely. Yay! We can go get the flashlight. Do, 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 do. Hole cut with bolt cutters. Yeah, we already, yeah. Flashlight? Oh, well done, Sarah. Flashlight is now fixed. Let's go in. Okay, let's go break into that security box. Breaking the law, breaking the law, no, 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 breaking the law, breaking the law, no, 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 no. These crowd will solve your problems, huh? Someone thought we could do it in a somewhat cleverer fashion, but I guess this works. Go ahead, read the note. It says, March to the Sea. It sounds familiar, but I can't quite remember. We can go to the Hawthorne County Library and try and do some research there, but I think if you can already work out the phone number pin, then we shouldn't waste our time. You think you know it? March is the third month. 2. C is the third letter. Oh no. Okay, March to the Sea. Oh, you're right. March 5, 2, 3, 3. Nope. I should have saved before we left here. God damn it. Athena. Oh, jeez. Ah, fuck. March to the sea. So March 5233. That didn't work. Okay. March is the 3rd month. And C. Oh my god. I'm an idiot, and I haven't saved for a while either. That's the first achievement we've gotten, too. Jesus. We didn't get all the apples, and I didn't get all the firewood. Oh, well. Okay, yeah, whatever. Discussions. 3, 2... We can try 3, 2, 3, 3. Nope. Okay, I'm just checking something. That doesn't tell the answer. Oh. $1864. It's a year. It just had the answer, but it didn't say how to get the answer. What happened in 1864? You have to go to the library to get the answer. I fucked up. Yeah, I think there's a book that tells you something in the library, because I skipped it, because you can, because fucking hell. That's right, Alberg. Loading. Error detected. What the? Manual override requested. Okay, so now we need to... Athena. Okay. So let's go figure out how to do the manual override. Athena. Are you fucking kidding me? No, I think it has to do with the overture, like 1864 overture or something. I don't know. It was probably in a book. Yeah, I'm gonna save. What was I gonna do? We need to items, manual override, Athena. I don't know what those dots mean right there. But this one is, I think it's pretty much... 1, 2... How many of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay. Yeah. So it was the bottom ones were for Athena. Green, green, red, green. Okay. I hate how big this room is. I hate it. There's no reason for the room to be this big. There's literally no reason for it. You're gonna question the map now? Alright. And project. $5 worth with extra walking. Yeah, that's true. And then the other part... Okay. Blue, 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 blue. Okay. Self-learning protocols overridden. Oh boy. Joins the Appalachians. Oh my god. You know, which one's this one? Demeter. Okay, so it's green, red, green, red. Yeah, I'm just gonna print it out. So open up Paint Shop Pro, paste it in here, and boom, then I could just see it. Poseidon, turns the page, print that screen, paste it in here. Okay. And Zeus. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, Demeter. Oh, Jesus. There's one right here. They know the myth. Green, red, green, red, green. Ugh, my god. Red, green, red, red, green. Yeah, it's... Yeah. And then for Demeter, we've got blue, blue, blue. Harvesting protocols overridden. Oh my god. Pretty much, I mean, it's my life now. I should have gotten some snacks. You should have. You really should have. Okay, now I believe this is going to be Poseidon. No, this is Zeus, okay. Let's say Big Daddy Zeus for the last. Poseidon. Okay, so this is the upper row. Red, red. Okay, red, red. Green. Green. Red. Blue, blue. Blue, blue, blue. I wouldn't say so. It's what, 11:46 your time? Depends. Do you work tomorrow? If you would, I say just maybe have a light snack and then eat an actual dinner later. Or like breakfast in the morning. It's just alternating. Green, red, green. I don't even know what order that would be in video. Like, how'd you even, like, even start? They aren't in any order. My apartment. Water wheel. Written. Okay. Do you work tomorrow? Water wheel for Poseidon. Ha ha ha! Oh my god, you're right. Then eat a meal then. You know, you're staying up for a little bit. Whatever. Okay, now for Zeus. It is... Yeah, so... It is, green, green. All red. 3... we got green, red, green. Wait, my face fucked up. Oh my god. Yeah, I agree with Marion. And then we've got blue, 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 blue. Power protocols overridden. Nice, that should be it. Let's get back to the computer and download the file. This is all secured. Oh my god. This is awful. Man, now I want a breakfast burrito so bad. Meet me at the Lonely Pines Lakeside Resort. F. Bolt. Okay. Welcome to the Lonely Pines Lakeside Resort. How may I be of assistance to you? We're here to see Franklin Bolt. Ah, wonderful. Mr. Bolt has been expecting you. He's in the cigar room and the door to the left, and the door to the left will lead you there. Ah, Detective Fitzgerald, Colonel Davis, you're right on time. Right on time? You were expecting us? Of course. Actually, I was expecting you a lot sooner, but oh well. Do you know what we're here for? Yes, you're here to interrogate me, then arrest me. Wait, how do you know that? Detective Colonel, please have a seat and I'll explain everything. This is highly irregular. Lee? He's unarmed and doesn't seem to be trying to escape. Escape? Why would I? It's been so much effort getting you here. Getting us here? Yes. I had to leave quite the trail of breadcrumbs just so you would investigate the matter and see everything for what it is, and eventually make your way to me. I know from what it looks like I'm the big bad villain of this story, but perhaps if you could listen for a while, you may realize it's not all black and white. Villains rarely start as villains, Miss Fitzgerald. More often than not, they start out thinking what they do is somehow improving the world, then along the way, bad decisions are made with the best of intentions, but often with the worst logic behind them, like this game. Kia. I realized one day I was no longer the hero of the story. I realized that what was being done wasn't improving the world. Get to the point, Bolt. Stupid mustache. You see, it all started in the early 2000s. At the time, I was a young investment banker in Wall Street, making my first million, and my younger brother had just finished college. I insisted he join me in New York, as I wanted to take him under my wing and teach him how to make money. Initially, he seemed interested, and the Twin Towers were destroyed in 9/11, and all my brother could talk about was joining up and bringing the war to them. He joined the U.S. Army and was commissioned as a lieutenant. When the U.S. declared war in Iraq, my brother's unit was one of the first to go into action. The 3rd Ranger Battalion. Wait. That's my unit. That's my unit. Bolt. Bolt? Is it all coming back to you, Colonel Davis? Your brother was Lieutenant Logan Bolt. So you know how the story goes, then? Yes, it was 2004, right after Iraqi insurgents killed those contractors in Fallujah. Lieutenant Bolt was second in command of a small platoon of recon mission. His unit was spotted in ambush, but they fought hard and were able to break through the ambush and escape through a narrow back street. Once the surviving platoon members made it past the back street, Lieutenant Bolt noticed insurgents were hot on their trail. He stayed back and took advantage of the bottleneck in the street to hold off the insurgents. He successfully bought enough time for his platoon to escape, but paid the ultimate price. Your brother was a true funeral. I'm sorry I couldn't make the funeral. I know. You were the one that signed his letter of condolence. Anyway, as you can imagine, the news devastated me. Here I was a successful businessman in the toughest country in the world, making it big. I thought I was untouchable. Then this happened, and it destroyed me. I flew to Wichita Falls to pick up my brother's body, and whom did I meet there? A young biochemist by the name of Lars Conway, whose brother served in the same unit as mine, and had also shared the same tragic fate. He spoke bitterly about how the U.S. government was choosing not to invest in his research, and how if he had things his way, this tragedy wouldn't have happened. So, Lee had, like, couldn't remember the last names of Bolt and Conway of two men he served with. Like, Conway was of the belief that his research in biochemistry could lead to genetically enhanced super soldiers that could serve as the bulk of the infantry for the more grueling missions. He believed that the government was all too happy to sacrifice the lives of its young soldiers to serve their own needs. Swayed by the tragedy of my brother's passing and by the fire in Conway's eyes, I was convinced to set up our private corporation that would research a way to make those super soldiers, so that no one else would have to know the grief that we knew. Oh, Cloud, it's your birthday! Happy birthday, Cloud! We created a pharmaceutical corporation, and Conway agreed to develop money-making pharmaceuticals to help generate income for the company. In turn, I would help the company to success, would divert 30% of all revenue towards his research projects. It all started out rather well for the first 3 years. We made a lot of money, and Conway's making leaps and bounds in his research. I know, right? Then the financial crisis hit in 2008, and the company began losing money. Anyway, with the company in such dire straits, we had to look to selling share to other corporations to stay alive. Unfortunately, we had no serious bids, and it looked like we were going to file for bankruptcy. Then Conway found an investor out of nowhere, a certain Matteo Spinola, the head of the Spinola family. Exactly. So I took it as a sign to leave and sold all my shares to Matteo Spinola and resigned as CEO of Bull Pharmaceuticals. But it doesn't end there, does it? If only it did. A year after opening under the Spinola control, Spinola control, the company is yet again on the verge of bankruptcy, and I get a call from Conway pleading that I return as CEO to bring the company back and in turn keep his research alive. So I went back. Why? You must remember that I created this company and ran for 5 years. I knew a lot of the people that worked for me in this economic climate, they would be hard pressed to find other work. So I went back, but in return I saw that the corporation had changed. Matteo Spinola had approved a certain type of research program that I had vehemently opposed during my tenure as CEO, and Conway was all too glad to cooperate. Initially I wanted to blow the whistle, and I teamed up with one of Spinola's hedge fund managers to blow the lid off the entire operation. Connor Friedman. Unfortunately, Spinola's men got to him and killed him. I realized that Matteo Spinola was too powerful and knew too many influential people, and that no one would believe my claims about him. After all, why would I destroy the very company I birthed? Everyone would be convinced I was a fool and a madman. No one would believe me. I had to get in a detective untainted by his tentacles of corruption, and so I made a call to the High Commissioner and had him pass the case down to you guys. So you're involved with the disappearance of the college kids? No. Spinola and Conway are behind that too. They needed young and healthy test subjects to test the new serum on. These college students were the lab rats. Conway knew Rebecca Olsen and her boyfriend used recreational drugs, so he swapped the supply with samples of his new serum. Then he made to look like the drugs they were taking. He knew she would share her drugs with her sorority, and he was observing at the time. When the drugs had their adverse effect, he went in, using a copy of her key that he'd made, and planted evidence to make it look like a murder. Why wouldn't he target a group of football players instead? Wouldn't they be more similar to soldiers in terms of physical type? The serum works very poorly in conjunction with performance-enhancing drugs. Conway needed cleaner and healthier subjects, and since these girls were doing modeling work, he assumed that they generally ate healthy and exercised regularly. Look, you don't seem like a bad guy, but I can't help but suspect your motives for revealing all this. Also, if you're trying to feed us information, then explain the men in the hazmat suits that were intended to kill Detective Fitzgerald and Agent Valdez. Marion! Spinola's men. Ever since the immoral experimentation program began, Matteo Spinola placed armed guards in all the research laboratories. When I saw Detective Fitzgerald and Agent Valdez leave the company's HQ, I sent a false order to the guards to remove them for the night. Unfortunately, I didn't think they'd take so long in there and didn't account for the new morning guards. Wait, you saw us leave and come in? Didn't you wonder why no one stopped you? Besides, whom do you think conveniently sent those letters to Conway, knowing he was on a speaking tour? I see. Kia. Take this flash drive. Inside are all the documented cases for all the illegal experiments that Conway's been running. There are videos, photos, the whole stinking lot. With all this, you'll be able to put Spinola and Conway behind bars and shut down Bolt Pharmaceutical once and for all. And what's in it for you? You're being very generous with all this information. I'm suspicious as to why you're so keen to betray your friend Conway. Yes, Conway and I were once friends, but now I see him for the monster he truly is. The fact that he was stooped to dealing with the likes of Spinola. Get close up real quick. There we go. Disgusts me. Colonel, a man reaches a point where he can no longer lie to himself. But he knows that he cannot tolerate the injustice he sees in his very eyes. That moment has come to me. If my brother were alive today, he would agree on this course of action. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, Mr. Bolt, but Inspector Walshingham has arrived. Just in time. Let him in. Certainly, sir. It looks like I arrived just in time. Phil, what are you doing here? Phil? I thought you were Inspector Mark Walshingham of MI6. What? Sarah, I will explain everything in due time, but for now we have to get out of here. What are you talking about? Mr. Bolt, my contact in Munich has just informed me that he and his men have successfully arrested Professor Lars Conway as he's giving a talk at the Ludwig Maximilian University of Munich. Thank God. This madness will finally come to an end. Unfortunately, Matteo Spinola has caught wind of our plans and is sending men over to kill you as we speak. We must leave now. Okay then. Ferguson, ready my car. Actually, we can't leave from the front. Spinola's men will be coming in through there. There's a rear exit in the lakeside area right behind me. Excellent, let's go. We'll be sitting ducks in such an open area. I say we dig in and fight from here. That won't be necessary. I've stationed 2 of my people outside. We'll be covered. 2 men? Is that it? Are you nuts? Spinola is going to send at least 20 here to kill me. Please, don't underestimate my people. They have no problems making mincemeat out of Spinola's thugs. Besides, they brought along their big boys. I don't care. I'll go outside and help your men fight them off. Thank you ever so much, Colonel. I know with your special abilities, 20 men hardly constitutes a challenge. For that reason, I prefer have you with us in case we encounter an unpleasant surprise. Unpleasant surprise, huh? I sure do love how you British love to understate things. Come on, let's go. Oh, we got a convoy now. Oh, that music, yeah. Okay, we're far enough. Just keep your eyes peeled. My squad should be around soon. Okay, Phil or Mark or whatever your real name is, you have some explaining to do. Alright. Look, Sarah, I know this all looks really bad, but just know I had no choice. Also, you weren't supposed to be here. There was a confusion as my FBI liaison was killed, and his goofy associate took things into his own hands. What? You were working with Agent West this whole time? Also, don't talk about Valdez that way. Sorry, Sarah. It's just all gone so crazy. Look, all I need you to know for now is that my real name is Mark Walshingham, and I am in MI6. British intelligence. Yes, we've been following this case for a while, when all this came up and we had to act quickly. I flew to Silver Creek Falls under the guise of a transferred Scotland Yard inspector to take a look around things before coordinating with the FBI and assembling my team. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Sarah. I decided to be very careful and couldn't risk being discovered. I'm happy to see you're okay. Pardon my French, but what the hell are you Brits doing here? How does this involve you? I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss that. It wasn't. They wrote incredibly well, very legible, very penmanship-like. As I suspected. What's going to happen to Franklin Bolt? I'll be taking him into custody. We need him to testify against Spinola and Conway, among other things. Like what? Again, I'm not at liberty to discuss this. Well, guess what? I'm taking him into custody. He's related to the crimes of Silver Creek Falls. He's mine. I have more jurisdiction here than you do. I'm sorry, Sarah. This really should have never come to this. Ferguson? Ferguson, what is the meaning of this? I'm terribly sorry, sir. It's been a pleasure serving you, but my loyalty is first and foremost to my queen. What the hell is going on? Stand down, Fitzgerald. It's not worth it. I see you started the party without me. Just in time, sir. Did you two wrap everything up? It was easy. After we finished killing them, we threw the bodies into the resort and set it on fire. Good job. All good here? Any trouble? Not at all. Ferguson, please escort Mr. Bolt into the car. Right away, Captain. I'm sorry, sir. I do hope to be able to explain everything to you one day. None of this makes any sense. Damn it, come on, Lee. Let's get back to the car and pursue them. And let's leave it here, Sarah. What? I can't believe you! I'm gonna head back to Barry Sky. I'd appreciate some help, but if you'd like to go and pursue them, that's fine. I don't understand. Why didn't you do anything? I'm sick and tired of death and killing. Also, we are not in control of that situation. We are outmanned and outgunned. I guess. I don't know, Cloud. I'm going now. Have a safe trip back to Virginia, Detective. It's so loud. Oh my god. Lee, wait. I'll help you, Barry Sky. Sarah Fitzgerald's apartment. That fucking truck that is too big. Thanks for driving me home. Are you okay? Not really. The whole thing left a really bad taste in my mouth. I know. I feel the same way. Thank you for helping me bury Sky, and I appreciate the kind words you said for her. Don't worry about it. Oh my god, it does. What the fuck? You're a rare gem, Sarah. Your conviction to justice and truth makes you a truly incredible detective and police officer. You're just trying to make me feel better. You know I don't mince my words. Thanks, then. I just wish I could have gone deeper and done more. Diving into the murky waters of the criminal world is not something one does casually. You never come out truly clean, and you really lose a piece of yourself as you enter. The deeper you go in, the more sullied things get, and before you know it, you're swimming in a pool of dirt, brass, and blood, all in the name of justice. But to uncover the truth, isn't all this sacrifice the price? But is it worth it? Look at how many have perished in the pursuit of truth, and at the end, how much did we achieve? At the end, we are not but puppets at another man's bigger game. Other at it. Mark. Within his machinations and plans, I doubt we were more than pawns with bigger players like the High Commissioner and Franklin Bolt. Plain as the rook and bishop. It's all a bit depressing, isn't it? My apologies. I didn't mean to discourage you. Always fight for truth and justice, no matter what level of the law you're in. All I mean to say is that you're rising in the ranks in law enforcement comes at a high personal cost. I see you've had a lot of experience. Army, police. It's different but similar in so many ways. Here I thought I'd live out a peaceful life in a small town, but I guess I was wrong. Panama, Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq. And now this. I'm so tired of it all. So what's next for you? I think I'll go travel around the country. It's about time I see more of this beautiful country that so many of my compatriots died for. For your own safety, I'll keep my exact travel plans to myself. I can get behind that. Thanks. How about you? I'll take tomorrow off and head back into work the next day. Keep doing my bit to keep this country safe. Maybe I'll hear from Mark one day. He did promise he'd explain everything to me one day. I wouldn't hold my breath for that. Haha. I'll get going now. Wait, what did Mark mean by special abilities? I'll do you a big favor by not telling you. Goodbye, Detective Fitzgerald. Goodbye, Colonel Davis. I love how he got into the truck bed and then that's... okay. Inside my door. Ah, that's it. Okay. He's definitely a werebeaver. Now we can play the Walshingham Files. They are so something. What's this way? There is no chapter 4. It goes into the Walshingham Files now. Yeah. That music, my god. It had a launcher? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Why so many DIYs? That's... Okay. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Stay tuned for more. Oh, is there an after the credits scene? Yep. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh. Where's... There it is. He's in the bathroom. He'll be back in a second. We can start without him. The German accent. Professor Chan, I hope your flight was comfortable. It was fine. Thank you for flying me in business class. Is that a problem? Do you have Conway's files? Of course. Here you go. Thank you, Winston. You did the right thing. Oksana, what will Moscow think of what you're doing? They'll understand it's for the greater good. Hans, will Mark be okay with this? He'll understand. I know he will. We have to prepare for the invasion. Maybe check out our sleeves to protect us against them. What the fuck? Them? Okay. Okay. That was the game. Interesting. I'm sure there's more to come, but very wordy. Very, very wordy. A lot of exposition without really getting anywhere with it. And the ending, nothing wrapped up neatly and nicely at all. And it's continued in the next set of games, which I hope bring a little bit more closure to it, but I just feel like we've missed some things, and that there's more story here that... Yeah, I don't know. Very meh kind of game, you know? So... And yeah, the maps were huge. Like, my god. Especially for the override thing. That was... Oh, good lord. Huge. Huge! Without being necessary. Anyhoodle. There's the lag. Yeah, see, I mean, I don't mind that it was an episodic game, because if you take all 3 chapters as one thing, okay, I can understand. Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 leave some questions to be answered. That's fine. That's their purpose, to keep you invested in wanting more. Chapter 3, the finale, quote-unquote, should have wrapped up things a lot nicer. Instead, we get this whole thing about, oh, the mob's involved, and now they're making super soldiers, and we have to get you out of here, and there's no real climax to the story. It's just a bunch of... It's exposition dump, ending, after credits, abrupt end. Like, I'd give this like a 4 out of 10 if I were to score it, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna play the next set of games and see what those are like, but I'm not really impressed by these games. A lot of potential, but most of it was wasted, I think.